by taking the $20,000. The money for winning Love Island is now reduced to $30,000.
That's bullshit.
Are you serious?
That's such...
What? He's obviously motivating it.
Standing up there with the cash in his hand.
It's the audacity for me. I get Dylan taking the money because last season a lot of people called him out for not taking the money. So I get him taking the money because he realized that there was no chance he was going to make it to the finale. So why not take the 20K and leave? I have a feeling this was a spin that was put on by production, and this is why Dylan was brought onto the show for the money, because they wanted something different and there was nothing stand out about this season. And so for everyone to sit there with their long faces and have the audacity to call him out, if you are there for love, why are you bothered about Dylan taking 20K? What's 20K? Why not go out there and work and make more money? You'll make more than 20K. If you're really there for love, why are you offended? Why is Shan so offended? My thing is, I feel like production know that the couples that are left in the villa are playing mind games. Bar Jotham and Jaide, I don't know about them. The other two couples are fake couples that have decided to ride it till the very end. So this is why I feel like production told Dylan, you have to take the money and leave. Do I think he's going to take all of it? No. My money is he's going to take some of it and he's going to give some to Jaide because of the fact that he took away her opportunity. There was never a chance that he was going to make it to the finale, let alone win, because of the negative edit he got last season. So this was the best decision for him, and he chose him. Good for him. Anyway, hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Click the like button, turn on the notification bell for when I upload new videos, and definitely leave a comment. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Island, Australia, Season 7, Episode 28. So you have the Islanders, they've just watched Gabby leave with Josh, and the girls are sad that Gabby's gone. They said the villa's going to be very quiet. That's why production kept her in, because everybody else was boring, because even the three couples left, there's nothing stand out about them, I feel. So it is what it is. So the Islanders are just hanging around the fire pit. They receive a text message that reads, Islanders, congratulations. You are in the top 5 of Love Island 2025. And it's like, I get it, but the chances of any one of them living there with a genuine relationship like Nate and Georgia is highly unlikely. It seems everybody else is there for clicks and for influencer roles, as far as I'm concerned. You have them get ready for the night. The two Kiwi girls are excited because the Love Island gods have saved them. And it's like, they're going to save them because I feel like they want to try and recruit more people from New Zealand. And this is the only way they can do that, especially if they get Jaide to win. Of the couples left, want Jaide and Jotham to win. I'm biased and I'm going to stand on that. Anyway, everybody goes to bed. We really didn't see that. Everyone was making out. Do I think it was genuine? No. I think they knew the camera was coming around and they wanted the camera to catch them making out. That way the viewers believe that their connection is genuine. Otherwise, I don't think so. In the morning, well, the Islanders get a message to say that they will be leaving the villa. So the night before, so in the morning they all get ready, they go on this boat. I assume this was their final date. First up we have Jotham and Jaide. Jotham and Jaide are very happy with where they are as a couple. Jaide was talking about the fact that she is open to moving to be closer to Jotham. Jotham really didn't say much to that, and it's like, why is he not sort of confirming that or sort of disputing that? I don't get it. They seem very peaceful, they seem very caring, and so do I buy them as a couple? Yes, I do, over every other couple that's left in the villa, as far as I'm concerned. You have Mick and Emma. Mick and Emma, for me, I think Mick has realized that everyone can see through his crap, and this is why he stopped jumping from bombshell to bombshell. Besides, the only other bombshell that came in was Cody, and Cody didn't seem keen on him. So I'm happy he's in a couple with someone. Do I think he should have been with Boston? Yes, I do. I think he should have stayed with the devil he knew than someone he didn't. They did speak about life after the villa. I assume every couple was asked to talk about life outside the villa, and they were very vague. Mick has been really very non-committal in all his connections, and has been very elusive in sort of his plans after the villa. And so if anyone were to say somebody in the villa had a partner before they came in, I would say more Mick than anyone else, but apparently he hasn't dated in a long time, so this is the first person he's dated, and so I wish him nothing but the best. You have, Ross and Shan. Ross and Shan, do I buy them as a couple? No. I really don't. I feel like Shan came into the villa, looked at all the guys that were there, and chose the guy that she knew that the girls were least likely to be interested in. And that's the guy she continued to sort of pursue. And she wanted to get to the end, and now she's in the end with Ross. Ross, do I think he likes her? I think he was willing to humor her. I think he would have preferred Boston, but whatever the agreement was, he decided to go with her, Shan, and sadly for him, movie night didn't do them any favors. And I think after movie night, he's decided to just keep going until they get to the end, and then after that, he goes his way, she goes her way. Yana and Kye are trying to sell us their relationship is like people trying to sell ice to Eskimos. Because I feel like these two people, initially I wasn't convinced that they had planned this, but now I believe they came up with this storyline that we'll go in, we'll say we're broken up, we'll struggle, and then eventually we'll say we've rekindled and we're in love. For them to tell each other, I love you, it's like, I love you. On what basis? What are you basing the love? Because at the end of the day, the two of you are very dysfunctional, the two of you are very toxic. So the idea that suddenly you've decided that you're in love, if that works for you, amazing, but I'm not buying it. I'm sorry. I really am not buying them as a couple. I think they are there. They are producers' pick because producers know they can't sell Shan and Ross. So they've decided to go with Yan and Kye. And I don't know how long they think they can continue to pursue that. I would sort of put it in the viewer's face for the viewers to buy them as the winning couple. I think Yana, on her part, sees herself as the winners of the season. Dylan and Jade, for me, I was truly believing that there was something special there and something that could work. And so, the spin with Dylan is sort of taking me aback, and I'm sort of surprised that this is how things ended. But they seem to be in a very happy space. Dylan was saying, she's the type of girl he would date in the real world, and he came in and promised himself that he would not pursue anything that he would never pursue in the real world. And so she is the person that he wants, is giddy, and it's like, I said this before and I'll say it again. I think Dylan regrets his behavior or how he sort of responded to the incident with Sophie. Because Sophie, I think, is someone he really liked, and we saw how he behaved around her. Mimi, I know Mimi's got fans who are always saying, no, I don't think he really liked her like that. I think she liked him more than he did. And I was beginning to think that maybe he was on par with Cody. But hey, things turned out differently. Anyway, you have the islanders jump in the ocean. They're busy celebrating. They're happy. They're, in the final five couples, and so they know that some people are going to be dumped, but everyone is hoping that they're not the ones that are dumped. When they get back to the villa, you have them sit at the fire pit, the girls, and the boys sort of sit on the deck, and everyone is sort of debriefing about their couple and where they are. You have the likes of Jotham and Jade saying they're now closed off. And it's like, well, there's no other bombshells coming in. You didn't need to close things off. You could have waited until you're in the real world and closed your things off, because otherwise you're just doing it for the viewers to vote for you. This is the impression that I get. Kye telling everyone that he's in love, or Yana saying she's in love. If that works for the two of you, but I am not buying it. Sadly, I'm not buying that. Anyway, the islanders get ready for the night. They come, they pick up their drinks. Everybody's giddy and excited because they know it's their second or it's their final night in the villa. And so they know that they've come to the end, and everyone, I think, is ecstatic about coming to the end. They receive a text message. Well, Mick receives a text message to gather around the fire pit. Sophie Monk comes out, and when she comes out, she reveals, it's time for greed. And because it's time for greed, unlike previous seasons where they've, taken out 5,000 and then another 5,000, Sophie Monk just took out 20K and said, if you want, you can come and take the money. And if you take the money, you and your partner get to leave. And so Dylan stood up. I think Dylan was sort of going through this deja vu from last season. And so he stood up, he took the 20K, and that was it. And he said, at the end of the day, all of you have been here since the start. You've had time to cultivate your relationships. And they've had time to cultivate fans that will vote for them. So the idea that he coupled up in the last week with someone, and for him to think he's going to win, that's highly unlikely. I agree with him for taking the money. I really do. And for everyone to look at him with the evil, saying, how dare you take the money? And it's like, why are you making him the villain in your stories? Because if he chose that, he's only been in this couple for less than 72 hours. If he feels they haven't yet cultivated anything for him to say that, he's committed to this, allow him to do that. I know I'm biased when it comes to Dylan, but allow him to do that. So for people to sit there, having professed to be in romantic couples and only there for love, to have the sneaky comments that were made by everyone, it's like you're all there for the money, and yet you're trying to make Dylan the villain. You're all there for the money. That's it. You're all there for the money, and you know it, but you're trying to be innocent and play the victim. Oh, I would never do that. I would never do that. And it's like, I don't get it. I really don't get it, and I'm not buying the fact that you're all trying to convince us that you're just there to sort of be on TV and find your love. You're not there for the money. Everyone is there for the money, and so to have Ross say, it's really sad that you've been here since the start and you've been cultivating relationships only for someone to take money from the pot. And it's like, well, you're not there for the pot, you're there for love. So you don't need to worry that you're going to get 30K, because now you've gone from getting 25K to getting 30K. It is what it is. So Dylan was then asked to leave the villa. He left the villa, and he was sort of looking sort of mysteriously around when he left. I think he was looking for producers to ask them what to do. I don't know whether they gave him this money. This was, his payment for coming back on the show. I have a feeling, unlike everyone else who might have come on the show and not got anything, Dylan, they would have needed to pay him to come back. He wouldn't just come back just for the sake of it. I feel like people that come back for Love Island Games or All Stars, they get money. So I have a feeling they got money. Anyway, which left Cody on her own. Cody was then asked to sit next to Yana, which she did. And Sophie then revealed that, super fans production have been voting and they've decided which three couples deserve to make it to the final. Am I surprised with who went to the final? No. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised. I think there was no way Mick and Emma were going to make it to the finale, because even if they made it, it would have just been them just making it for the sake of it. No one was going to vote for them to win. So it makes sense that people that have been there since the start are in the final couples. If I were to sort of rank it in who I think will win, my money is on, if people are being honest, Jotham and Jaide. Sadly for Jotham, you've had what's her name, Gabby, go out there and say that he already had a girlfriend before he went into the villa, and you were sort of in a relationship while in the villa. I think if not for that rumor, he might win. And then number two, my money is on Ross and Shan, and then finally, it's Yana and Kye. I hope they come third, because they don't deserve to be there. So I can't wait to see what happens. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Click on the link in my video to watch my review from episode 27. Bye everyone.